other than Wanda B. Hollis, the motivational queen. Listen, Wanda, I know I didn't say it the way that
That's
you
okay. That's okay. That's
the
okay.
motivational queen.
How's everybody?
Oh man, we are awesome. We're so excited about having you on the show today. And of course, I'm joined by my ride or die co-host, Miss Deidre Gary. Deidre.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I gotta find y'all. Okay.
Oh my God. Well, Wanda, thank you for being a part of our platform. This is something that Deidre and I we wanted to do in lieu of COVID, because we had several events that were planned this year for Real Women Atlanta magazine, and because we couldn't do those events, we were trying to think of a way to stay in touch with our audience, and still being able to communicate with a lot of the amazing great Black women that are out there. And so here we are, Real Women Atlanta live.
Yes.
And you are you've been a friend to the magazine. You've been a friend to both Deidre and myself. And I mean, anytime we've called you and asked you to be a part of what we were doing, you always said yes. You were always very supportive of the things that we're doing. And so we wanted to do something in return for you, and have you on our show. It's not the Wanda D. Hollis show. I am enough.
That's okay. That's okay.
But we're just getting started. And of course, we had to have you on. So welcome to the show.
Well,
Welcome.
thank you. I am so I'm so honored to be here. And no, it's not the Wanda D show, but I am an honored guest because you ladies, y'all do some amazing work. And anytime you can communicate and partner with people such as yourselves that's doing great things. And I was waiting on Charmaine to say it, Black women, because she makes no bones about who it needs to be in the building.
Yes.
So I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, and you know what? And I appreciate you saying that, because some people have problems with that, but it is what it is. There are a lot of amazing women, period. But when it comes to there being platforms that are designed and created by us, there really aren't that many, especially those without names. And there are some amazing Black women that are around us who have some great stories, but those stories will never be told because there aren't platforms for them to go on and tell their stories.
Right.
And so that's what we wanted to do. No disrespect to any other ethnic group, but we wanted to be able to take care of our own. We wanted to provide a platform for those women. And so we sticking with it.
I know.
That's who we are. That's who we are. If we can't pat ourselves on the back, or we can't uplift each other, then I don't know why we would expect anybody else to do it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I don't even know where to start, Wanda, with you. So let's just start from the beginning. Give us a little background concerning you, where you were, where you are now, and enlighten all these wonderful people this afternoon.
This afternoon, right? It is. It's Saturday, so we get a pass. We can say morning. It's still morning someplace. Well, I'm just really I am the daughter of Jacqueline Patterson, granddaughter of some amazing individuals. I always have to, especially now that I'm learning I learn more and more about myself every day. And
Mm.
one thing that I'm truly am is I am a blessed person that has had the opportunity of so many people pouring into my life, such as my mother, my grandmother, my grandfathers, all my ancestors. And I really attribute everything that I am to them. And
Wow.
that's foremost, without any other titles. Me being a daughter to Jacqueline Patterson is the best thing that happened to my life.
Wow, that's great, Wanda.
Okay. So in addition to that, I've had the privilege of being able to be positioned in many positions of life. One of them is I'm an author. I have about 4 books that I've written, one that we're in production now. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I'm also a mother, 2 children, boatload of grandchildren. I actually have 6 grandchildren. Newest one born on the 9th of June. So we got a 1-month-old king in the house, Messiah. And so blessed to be able to be a grandmother. I'm also a coach to many people in business. I help people get their business on track, set up strategies. I operate in the capacity of a creator. So I'm able to take a business and basically, with a heartfelt of it's mine and this is what I see best for that particular business, along with the owner's creativity and all that kind of stuff. So able to get in there and set some benchmarks for them, hold them accountable. I say I help you do what you say you want to do. I'm very tough in that area. I don't take a lot of shit from people's excuse. I don't buy excuses, because I've had everything that somebody could say to me. It's like, oh, okay, well, this is happening to me. I'll be like, and so what? You're talking about a Black lady that has stood the test of times through a lot of trials and triumphs. So I don't buy any excuses in that category. I'm also a TV talk show producer of the I Am Enough talk show. It started out as the Wanda D Real Estate and More about 10 years. This is actually my 10-year anniversary. Going to be celebrating in September, and have transitioned, right? I love that. Have transitioned into it being a platform that I bring people on to discuss their goals, dreams, and visions. Subtitle is Your Dreams Matter. The I Am Enough talk show.
Wow.
Which out of that process and product has come a lot of things. We created a platform for women in business to come through, showcasing their talents and services, putting people in front of the spotlight. I am a true believer that every business needs a media marketing platform. You need to get out there, and do that. I'm also have had the luxury of being co-producers of some other things. One is a stage play called Damnation, with the screenwriter Russell Tyson. He asked me to help him on that project, so I said yes, and that was amazing. That was my first time experience in that arena. After that, I've done some acting. I've marketed some products. So I would say that Wanda D. Hollis is just a person that lives life on the edge, because if you're not on the edge, you're taking up too much space.
Wow.
And I believe that everybody should go after what they want and don't leave any excuses. So that's
wow, Wanda. That was amazing. If you're not on the edge, you're taking up
too much space.
Come on now, can we put that? That needs to go across the screen.
I love that. I'm gonna start living by that. If you're not on the edge, and I think I tend to live on the edge, but I never thought about it in that way. I know that I've come to a place in my life where I don't care what nobody says.
Right.
I'm gonna do it anyhow. And but I never thought about it in that way. If you're not living life on the edge, you're taking up too much space. That
Wow.
right there, that's powerful. That's powerful. I looked at one of the books that you have, winning up, wake up winning no matter what, because losing is not an option.
Mhm.
That is powerful. Tell us about that book.
Well, we talk about tragedies, or I should say changes, because this is the thing. You if you're here, you're blessed to be here. And what are you doing with the dash in the middle?
Wow.
Everybody gets a turn. I call it a dirt bath. Everybody gets the chance to take the dirt bath. So Wake Up Winning right here came out a very trying time in my life. In 2017, my mother decided that she was going to cross over and go on the other side. Followed in that same 5-month period, my grandmother and my grandfather left. So
Mm.
that put me in a position of really figuring out my next move, because I was a caregiver. I was the I'm the oldest daughter, so I was in the position of figuring out what to do. And I had a choice to make. So in that defiant moment, it was either choose to live or choose to die,
Mm.
because my world had collapsed around me. I could no longer go smell biscuits in my mother's kitchen. I could no longer take drives to Detroit to hang out with my grandparents, because my grandfather would always roll the red carpet out for us anytime we pulled up.
Mm.
So I lost the core of my life.
Mm.
This book was my saving grace. This book allowed me to partner and to, I should say, collaborate with other co-authors that added substance of how they're waking up winning no matter what, because
Oh,
it's
wow.
not an option. And in doing that, I found myself as more or less the project manager, which it gave me time to dive and pour my gifts into other people, helping them write, helping them just peel back the layers to who they are. Because a lot of times it takes, I'm in the position of being the person that's doing the interview. So it's easier for me to ask you a lot of questions than to be asked a lot of questions.
Right.
And so this book was an extension of me asking questions, and it also helped me deal with my grief. So this
Mm.
book was my grief stepping stone. This book was the reason why I had to get out the couch. This book was the reason why I had to keep living, because I didn't want to, but I had to do it because I had made commitments. And so
Wow.
that was the process of waking up winning no matter what, because losing is not an option. It was people sharing their challenges of how they overcame and
Mm.
how they're winning, and also contains 7 tips to staying motivated. Because if you see what these people had went through in this book, then you would see why it's imperative for us to stay motivated. And that was the process of this book.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. I mean, and you know what? And I think we all have probably the same goal. I mean, I'm listening to you talk about the motivation for this book. And I think this platform and also the magazine was created for women like that, for us to be able to have stories like that told, so that it would motivate other women. Sometimes I think about, man, I'm almost, uh, uh, sometimes I think about, sisters that are going through stuff and not having someone that they can talk to, or feeling as if they're the only ones that are going through that situation, or the only one that have been through that situation. And but when they hear somebody else's story or read somebody else's story, it lets them know that if she made it through all of that, then guess what? There's hope for me as well, that I can come through it as well. So I'm hearing you say that, it's real powerful to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's real powerful. We need that. We need that. We need more women to read that book. We need more women to hear the testimonies of, because basically that's what it is. I mean, they're testimonies of the trials, tribulations that these women have been through. They've had to cross over, cross through, cross under, some barriers. And I'm sure it wasn't easy for many of them. Some of them had to do it all by themselves, but those stories need to be told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're talking about stories of everything from people that suffers from chronic health conditions, being on drugs, being abused, being, just everything, bankrupt, emotionally bankrupt, just a lot of stories, because that's who we are. We're people that are able to triumph above, the pit. We're able to come out victorious if we just don't give up, if we just hang in there. And I never considered myself as a motivator. I didn't, but because I've always had this attitude of being undefeatable, this attitude of just keep focusing. And that's what helps. If we have something to focus on, we don't get sucked up into other people's mess. So if we keep our goals in front of us and we know why our purpose is, and sometimes that's not easy, so I can't be insensitive to that lost individual, so I try to be that example for that lost individual.
Wow.
And speaking of such with individuals, Wanda, do you have a particular audience that you are, when you go out and you have your different assignments and places you go, is there a particular audience that you're speaking to?
My audience varies. Here we, like, for instance, take the I Am Enough talk show. That's where your dreams matter. My focus is talking or getting in front of people that have dreams and they want to pursue those dreams. So I'm not interested in talking to the whiner or the doubt for Debbie or anything like that. I want to report people that's doing positive things, and it doesn't matter what culture you are. This is just not a Black thing or anything, or urban thing or anything like that. So it can be about people in the community, just making an impact. That's who I want to talk to on that show. We have another platform that's called the Winning Evening News that centers around our business owners, people in business, still wanting to shine that spotlight. So when I go out to speak, I am speaking to the dreamer, and the dreamer can look like, could be anybody. I'm speaking to the person that is in the room wanting to win. That's who I'm speaking to. So if you're highly negative or cynical, then you can miss me with all of that. You can go, there's a room for you. It's just not in my room. It's not in my circle. It's not in my space. I don't want to talk to you if you're going to stay stuck on stupid. If you're going to stay stuck in that dark place, I'm sorry, that I'm not your girl. Now, if there's somebody else that's willing to go in that dark room with you and bring you out, that's fine. I want to see you after you come out of the dark room.
Yeah, and that makes sense, because there are a lot of people. One of the things that I do is when I meet people, I ask God, did you send them? Really? Because if you didn't, then send them away. Because sometimes people can be an assignment from God. Other times they're assignments from elsewhere, and they will come in and they'll hold you back with all their their negativity and woe is me and all of that. And sometimes you try to help people, but then when you find that you're having to help, constantly help, and they're not willing to help themselves, then you can't connect yourself to those types of people, because All it's doing is taking up time you can't get back. I was telling my granddaughter this morning, she was, I had to get her to dance at 10 o'clock. And I said, look at babe, 10 o'clock is going to be 10 o'clock. Okay. Whether you there or not. Okay. Because time ain't sitting around waiting on you, time. And she said, what she said? She said, time starts all over. I said, no, time moves forward. I said, time don't start over. It moves forward.
Right.
Today's Saturday, tomorrow will be Sunday. It's not,
Saturday. It's not coming back. It's funny you say that, because when somebody say, well, it's my, say, 21 birthday, I say, well, you'll never be them ages anyway. That's why I don't make a big deal. Every day is my birthday, because every day, that's the day, and it's not coming back. It's not coming back, no matter if it's your 12th birthday or your 50th birthday. It's not coming back.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? Me and one of my friends, we were talking about it. He said, Shar, he said, how old are you? And I said 39. And he said, you've been holding on to 39 for a long time. I said, yep, because that's how I feel. So I'm just like you. I mean, I don't, most of the time if somebody asks me how old I am, I have to sit and kind of calculate.
She never tells.
Because I don't remember, and I don't go through life thinking I am this age.
Right.
To me, it's about how you feel. How do you feel today?
Right.
That's what it's about. But time waits for no one. And you cannot, time is a commodity. To me, time is more valuable than money, because you can get money. You cannot get more time.
That's right.
So yes, I totally agree with you on that.
Right.
But yeah, that was kind of funny. She said, well, time gonna start all over. I said, no, it's not. So let's get it together so we can get out of here, be there at 10 o'clock. So Wanda, okay, mother, grandmother, sister, friend, and a lover of life. You're in real estate, you're an author, you entrepreneur. Oh my God. How do you find time to do actor, producer? How do you find time to do all of those things? And how do you choose the projects that you work on?
That's a great question, Charmaine. And because I always say we go from project to project. That's what we do. When you think about your life, you're entering into a project, you're somewhere in the middle, or you're coming out of it and you're going into the next project. So how I do it is I decide what's priority.
Gotcha.
So for instance, yesterday we shot a short. Was it yesterday? No, maybe the day before. I don't know. I don't keep up with time, but we shot a short on Saturday. What's today?
Saturday.
Today's Saturday. So it must have been Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday we shot a short film. It was supposed to be a PSA, and it ended up being a short film.
Wow.
So the short answer to that question is I do what's necessary first. And then I plan, but I'm also flexible because being all of those things and being an entrepreneur, you have to learn how to pivot because you don't want to get stuck. So I'm able to say, hey, this is what I'm working on. Most of the time I'm working on several things at one time, giving myself dates and deadlines, and being held accountable. I have a coach that holds me accountable. I have several coaches for whatever I need. And then being able to see projects as they come to me and deciding on what's important. You mentioned people, and you have to really say, is this really an assignment for me, or is it somebody else's assignment? I have a saying that says, your urgency is not my emergency.
Wow.
So
that's good.
People, because people always try to bring you their stuff like it's your emergency, but not necessarily, so you have to decide, because I do have a lot of things pulling at me. But I was sharing a story of Thursday, because when I left the set Thursday, I decided that at that moment I needed to go see my babies. So I'm always prioritizing in what my heart feels like doing.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, you got to come from out of your head to your heart.
Right.
And this is how I keep the balance that I need, and not trying to balance life, because that will never happen. But I try to keep my holistic balance in place.
Wow. That's good. And that's something, I mean, you just gave me something else that I'm going to start living by. Your urgency is not my emergency. That is amazing. I think too many times, because people come to us with things and it's an emergency for them, we take it on as if it is urgent.
For you.
For me, yeah, I'm going to start using that, Wanda. I'm going to start living by that. That's good. You just taught me.
And then also too, when you do that, it deflects from something that you probably should have been doing.
Right.
So instead, you're taking this person's quote unquote urgency and then making it your own, and then now you've delayed what you're really supposed to be doing by taking on someone else's urgency.
So. Right.
And Wanda, I wanted to ask you another question as far as with coaching. That's a really big thing now, and there's so many different people that are coaches for all sorts of things, motivational speakers, coaching on wealth, coaching on lifestyle, coaching on, give me your reasoning as far as what's the importance of having a particular coach in your life.
Okay, great question, Deetra. My short answer is, because people may need a coach, but they may not have the capacity to take in the information or to understand why, or why they really don't need a coach. So first of all, I think the assessment has to be made within your own business or with your own self. And so I can speak from my own example of when I'm in the space of business, I've always had coaches around me, not knowing that those were coaches. But then when I had got to a certain point and I felt myself stagnated and I wanted to grow to another level, then I had to realize that I couldn't get much past that point without any other assistance. Like you need to realize when you need a team, when you need to go big, when you need to monetize, when you need to leverage yourself. So at that point, I realized that I needed assistance in getting to the next level that I wanted to be at. So when I talk to people about the proper type of coach, you got to really take some assessments before you go seeking someone. And then you have to be willing to trust the process. And that's where I've seen people fail at. They don't trust the process of when they go to get a coach. And the reason being is because sometimes a person will claim somebody but not pay them. So then they're dipping in the coaching resource bag, but they still won't get the results until they make the full commitment. So you want to make sure that you get a coach that will align to your vision, but yet you have to trust the process, because I've had clients that I've coached and they'll say to me, well, so somebody said this and somebody said that. And I'm like, you know what? You can work with them. Oh, I forgot. They're not your coach. They're the person in your ear. So for a lot of people, because we live in a society that is so much information, And I've had people tell me I don't need a coach because I could just go to YouTube. You know, I could just Google it. I could get somebody, but see that's fine, but it's only going to take you to a certain point. When you have an actual coach, it's supposed to give you access. Now, I've had good coaches and I've had not so good coaches. And I don't know, some of my people, you know, I don't know I don't know what some of them say, but I'm sure that I haven't always been the best coach for certain people.
Right.
You know? So with all that being said, it's about finding out where you want to go and do you need help getting there.
Right. Yeah.
And so when it comes to my fitness, I know, like, hell, I'm not going to reach those fitness goals by myself. Why? Because I would much rather do my shit than go do, you know, the physical fitness. So like, I need somebody to be tapping me on the shoulder saying one more, you know, like that in that area. But when it comes down here doing the things that I love to do, then it's like I can go 24 hours without brushing my teeth if I'm working on a project. You know, if I'm like turning the pages or writing or talking my stuff, I could walk up in a brick and mortar a business and establish customer service issues off the rip, promotional marketing issues off the rip, just because that's what I live and breathe. But in other areas of my life, I know that I suck at those areas. So I need help. So I would say to you, Deetra, the first thing about it is in any coaching experience, you want to have the proper alignment. You want to know, do they get results? You know, like it needs to be documented. At some point, somebody needs to say, hey, if you mess with her or him, you're going to get the results that you're looking for. You know, so you have to be willing. And then too, as the client, you have to be willing to go through the process. I fired clients because if you're not willing to go to the process and you want to listen to, you know, to Joey, Dick, Dave, and Danny, then have at it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow. I when you were talking about having a coach, the first word that popped into my mind was accountability. Because when you are an entrepreneur, small business owner, or if you're working on becoming an author, any type of project, you need someone that you're accountable to, or someone that's going to hold you accountable. And I know that many times when I've started projects, I have not had someone that I'm accountable to, a coach or an accountability partner. How important do you think that is?
It's extremely important, Charmaine. Queen, you know, it's easy. Like I said, again, it's easy to get the things done that you love to do. But when you're doing a project, you're not going to per se like all of the things that go along with that project. So it's imperative to have someone to be in your butt about, hey, you need to get this done. Is this done? Is this done? It's like the whole check-in thing, you know, have somebody that you respect enough to come in and hold you accountable, because if you don't, then the chances are, that's like with people writing books, and I'd tell them, well, how long you been working on this book? And they say 20 years. I said, it doesn't take that damn long to get anything done. Like, what's the problem? You know, so then here comes the excuses. Well, I'm not your girl. I can't buy the excuses. So it's like this. I have a thing. I said, well, we're going to start where we start. And we're going to start now, or we're not. You know, it's good until it's not good. So if you come into the space with myself and you thinking that I'm not going to be that pain in your side, then you might not need to come into the space with me. Right. Because that's what I'm here to do. Not based on what I think you should do, but based on what you tell me you want to accomplish. What results are you looking for? So a lot of times we have to move our ego out of the way. You know, another thing is a coach has to be a good listener. You know, I take in a lot. I listen, and then I come back with my discovery on what you said. So that's basically why everybody needs an accountability partner, whatever. And because it's like this, you know, you're trying to lose weight and your accountability partner likes to eat donuts with you. That's not the right accountability
That's not gonna
partner.
work.
You know, like, no, it's not gonna work. Like, why we going to Krispy Kremes? I seen the highlight.
The highlight
Highlight is
would be me.
on.
That
Like,
would be me.
yeah,
I would be
like,
taking you to Krispy Kreme. It would be me.
Krispy Kremes, like, forget that. We're going to Krispy Kremes tomorrow. We will.
I'm telling you. Listen, I cannot be on Wesley Chapel when that light is on. Okay, when I'm driving past and I see that light on, I'm like, whoop! I'm going to Krispy Kreme, the West End or whatever. If I see that light on, there's something about that light being on. We know that donut's gonna be hot. It's gonna be good,
hot and ready,
girl. Yeah. So absolutely, I understand what you're saying. What about feasibility? When people come to you, do you determine whether or not the idea or the project that they want to start is even feasible?
Well, when you turn, okay, so my question is, are you talking about in terms of hiring me or their project feasible?
Well, if they come to you and they want to hire you, for, you know, to coach them through
it. So this is where I'm really creative in figuring out exactly what they need, you know, and I can be a consultant or I can be a coach.
Okay.
There's a difference in pricing, and that's also a difference in my involvement.
Okay.
You know, so feasibility wise, I think everything's affordable that you want to do. Period. I'm not saying that everybody can afford me, but because everybody can't, but I'm saying for those that want to work with me, and I'm telling you that this will produce that's doable. It's like anything. We can simply say I can't afford something, but the better question is, how can I afford this?
Okay.
Not that I can't afford this, like, how can I afford this? Mm-hmm. And most people do not study success principles, therefore they ask the wrong question. Like, this is an investment. Your continuing education is more critical when you become an adult than it is when you were a child. And I tell you why. Because at this point, you should be only be studying what you're trying to produce. Mm-hmm. You should not, as a kid, they made you study everything. You were studying this and this and this. But as you get older, you should only study what you want to produce. So if you are a person that let's just say your magazine, so you say, well, you need to learn about all the magazines, what magazines make, the processes of magazines, just different things in that area. So then you know your competition, you see different marketing plans, why they're successful, why they're not. So now you're honing in all your energy into this one particular sector, which you're adding value to the value that you bring to people.
Right.
So you're not all over the place. So when it comes to investing in your education, that's what coaching is. You're investing into yourself. So I have to say, you know what? I looked at some systems today. I was like, wow, that system was $1,400. So I'm thinking in my mind, it's like, okay, well, how quickly can I come up with $1,400? Because this is a system that I need to invest in. It's not a question of, oh, that's too much, because then it won't get done. I'm also a big component. I believe I am a true believer in words are power. So that's why you have to be very careful of the words coming out of your mouth, because that's going to bring on the manifestation. And if you don't say it in terms of, this is what I need and let me figure out how to get it. So that's how that comes into focus. It's not about, how much. I don't lead with how much it costs. I lead with how much value is it going to bring me? How worth it? How much does it matter to have this join me in my whole toolbox of education.
Mhm.
You know, and education is something that we never supposed to stop, especially if you're an entrepreneur.
Right.
Especially if you're an entrepreneur. Because it's the most diverse position to be in. You take any entrepreneur skill and you just add a product to it, right?
Right.
So whether it's, hey, I'm gonna sell cookies, that's the product, but the skill set is you. You're always the common denominator. Whether it's, I'm gonna sell cars, oh, okay, that's great. Who's the common denominator? You. And
Right.
then what's the second common denominator? Is people. You have to have people to sell services to.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Awesome.
Wanda, I want you to give us a fun fact about you that no one knows about.
Uh-oh.
That nobody knows.
That nobody knows. A
I
fun
don't
fact.
know. People be knowing stuff. They just know if they tell. Fun fact that nobody knows. I don't know if nobody knows this, but maybe some people remember that I love to ski.
Oh,
I started skiing when I was 16.
wow.
And my grandfather introduced me to skiing, which he was 50. He was 50 at the time.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if that's a fun fact, but that is a fact.
Wait, we're talking like on the slopes of Colorado skiing?
Want to be out there getting this?
What?
I love it. I've
Oh
never
my
been before,
God.
but I picked out all the outfits on Pinterest when I do go. So
Okay.
guess what? Post-COVID ski trip. Here we come next year.
I was a part of the largest black, Charmaine like this, the largest black
Uh-huh.
Jim Dandy Ski Club. Look it up.
Wow.
Jim Dandy Ski Club is very well known for, you know, for us soul people. But I got introduced to skiing from my grandfather. He came home one day and he said, "Hey, come ride with me." And we ended up at Dunham's Sporting Goods, and he bought 2 ski packages, and we started skiing. And he was 50, I think, or a little maybe over 50, but I have to do the math to figure out how old he was. But my grandfather was the one that taught me about life, you know, like not the only one, but he was definitely the one that, hey, you want to do it? Do it.
Yeah.
Baby girl, what's holding you up? What's stopping you? You know, that was his thing.
Yeah.
So skiing is quite fun.
That is awesome.
Wow. I was not expecting.
You wasn't?
No. No. I didn't see that one coming, Wanda.
Okay, fun fact.
I mean, look,
Deidre, this is for you, Deidre.
Hey!
look, if you were gonna say, you know, something about traveling, or I would have said, you know, the beaches in Jamaica or Bermuda, or but the cold skiing. I mean, skiing.
Skiing. You're not cold though, believe it or not.
Really?
Once you got that. Now you've been picking out cool clothes on Pinterest.
Yes.
So you talking about insulation, face mask, gloves. You know, you want to be flexible depending on, like, I've only done downhill. I haven't never done cross country. That's what they say really work you out. But the downhill, you know, where you riding and then you hitting down, not no big power slopes.
What
But
the?
just, you know, just regular slopes and stuff. So yeah, I mean, but at that point you're not cold. You can get overheated because you're moving, your body's moving, and you're outside and you're protected. So yeah, you're good. You got loads of protection.
Okay. Well, look, sign me up.
Sign me up. Yeah, I'm there.
I'm with the word.
I
I'm
already
with
picked the outfit.
you just. I need to get outside of my elements. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, sign me up. Let's get it. Look, so we need to be telling Wendy and all of the ladies about the ski trip that we're gonna plan after Quebec.
Yeah.
That's gonna be amazing.
And
Wow.
hilarious. And hilarious.
And hilarious. Yeah.
See, but they always have coaches that help you learn how to ski.
Good.
You know, that take you up there and show you your basic moves, and then you do it, and you fall, and you get back up.
Yeah.
You know, and or you could be like my grandmother. She would just sit in the clubhouse. She's like, "That's okay. Hot cocoa for me." She would have all of the cute, you know, ski stuff on. Granny, you're not skiing. That's okay.
Oh my God. I mean, look again, I was not expecting that. So we're gonna plan that trip. Now where do you go skiing?
Well, it was in Michigan. Haven't been in a minute, but you know, you can anywhere with snow.
Okay.
I'll do it. You can even go skiing in California. You know, they have snow. They get cold out there.
I think I've heard that. Now, okay, so I'm gonna make a deal though. If we do a ski trip, then we're gonna have to find the beaches somewhere, and we're gonna have to do a trip there as well, together. So cold and hot. We're gonna have to do both.
I could go either way. You know, I love it all. I love the hot, and then I love the cold. You know, I'm flexible, so that's just
me too.
My personality, yeah. Because who's a Gemini? Teacher? No,
I'm Pisces.
Pisces. And Wendy's a Gemini.
Yeah.
And then Sandy too, right?
Yeah.
I think Sandy is also.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is. Wow. Well, cool. Look, all right. So you told us about one book. We're almost at the end, but you told us about the one book, Wake Up Winning No Matter What, because a total of what, 4 or 5 books?
Yeah, it's Wake Up Winning Because Losing Is Not an Option. Then I have a book that helps people like business owners, tips to avoid when starting your business. And I Am Enough book, which was my very first book of I was looking for it. and then I also was a part of a collaboration book just recently called Stepping in Our Territories. And thank you, Deetra, for purchasing that book. And I am looking for co-authors that would like to be a part of the second edition of Wake Up Winning No Matter What. And its subtitle is Knowing What You Want and How to Get It. And this book is only looking for Black authors. No kind of, you know, anything, but I have an idea and a vision behind this book, especially doing this season change and doing this pandemic.
I love that. Okay.
I want to really raise the consciousness of our people, because we definitely are which I always felt like we were in a position of power, but we're even more so because these are some epic times for us to make some dynamic decisions and some dynamic imports to other people. So Wake Up Winning No Matter What, Knowing What You Want and How to Get It is in my mind, it's going to be a breakthrough. I'm looking for collaborators that want to come in we basically do all the work. Well, I can't say we do all the work. You have to do your part, but we handling the marketing, the branding, the promotions. We're helping you set up accordingly. We got a master website, which everybody will be able to just have their stuff there. It's print on demand. You receive 100% of your proceeds from the sales of the book. We teach you how to do pre-orders, and we're going to have a conference that comes along with that to just better promote us as individuals. So I would say to anybody, this is definitely a project. If you're thinking about becoming an author, if you just want to, if you understand the power of collaborations, this is an ideal period to do that. I'm also looking at doing some interviews inside of the book. So you're going to be able to leverage not just your story, but other people's story and other influencers' story. So that's what we're looking to do. So if anybody's interested in getting more information about that, just send an email to me. Just do it at the I Am Enough Talk Show at gmail.com. That's I Am Enough Talk Show at gmail.com, and I'll get you all the information for that.
Wow. You said a word, collaboration. In these times, that's very important. It's a very important thing that we all need to do, because in the past, people just wanted to do things on their own. But now, if you come together, if we all come together and work together, we can accomplish more things. I totally believe that we can do more together than we can apart.
Yeah.
Even in the word, it says that one will put 1,000 to flight, but two will put 10,000 to flight. So that collaborating with others is very powerful. I keep using that word powerful, but it is powerful. And it is needed, especially today. So, anything that I could do, or Real Women Atlanta can do to help with any project that you have, please, by all means, let us know. We want to participate.
Absolutely.
And just to wrap up right before we're going out, I believe that there is a word attached to this I am enough. And if you can just close us, as we can proceed to get ready to end the show, and just talk to us concerning I am enough.
Awesome. So I am enough is your personal affirmation. Your personal affirmation should take you through any situation. Your personal affirmation should produce to you everything that's in your heart of desire. So when you take on that, when I say I am enough, it's for you to say I am enough. It's for us to say we are enough. Together we are more than enough. When you are standing on your I am enough, it doesn't matter what those past situations and circumstances look like. It doesn't matter what the storm is in front of you, because there's a storm coming. It doesn't matter anything that was opposing your position to stand, because when you made it through the birth canal, when you came through, the world was waiting on you to shine. The world is your playground, not just this little part called the United States or this or that, but we're talking about you have a direct access to the Creator, because you came through the tunnel of life, and your I am enough is your mission to stand tall and to stand strong and to stand in every glorified objective that you know that you were put here to be. These positions that we come in is for us to learn and grow through. So every time you look in the mirror, you should say, I am enough. Period.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I am enough.
I am enough. I am enough. I mean, that you can add so much to that, but just even by itself, it's powerful. I am enough. When you're going through trials, I am enough. When you're going through tribulations, I am enough. When you don't know how you're going to pay those bills, I am enough. I mean, I can see so much on the other side of I am enough. It's enough to get you through another day. I am enough. I'm feeling that, girl.
And you shut up.
Look, as Willie Moe Jr. would say, I feel that in my shana now. Feeling I am enough. I mean, that is powerful. And I'm going to challenge all of our listeners and viewers to use that in your daily life. As Wanda said, make that your affirmation, no matter what the situation is. I am enough. Your children acting crazy. I am enough. Your husband want to leave. I am enough. I mean, it doesn't matter. That is powerful, Wanda. Oh my God. What a way to end this. I'm enough. I'm enough.
Ladies, this was
I am enough. Oh my God. I'm enough. Queen.
Ashe.
We love you.
I love you.
You have been woo, geez, I'm feeling it. You've been amazing in my life. I thank God for having you. You've, like I said, every time I've called, you said yes. You helped open your radio show to my daughter, your talk show to my daughter, and others. So we love you. We love you.
And just to piggyback on that, I just met you last year with everything and our experiences together, and me following you and seeing what you're doing. It was important that we ended with I am enough. Because as people are looking for you or looking for the name Wanda D. Hollis and what's attached to it, I've watched you promote and speak highly of other people. You're constantly encouraging. You're constantly giving a voice to people, which screams to me, I am enough. So you're not just, talking it, you're walking your walk. And I appreciate who you are as a queen to all of us, not just us as friends, but in this community and in this world. And I thank you for coming to the show today. And I hope that everyone that heard this on today can use and walk in I am enough.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. This show, I've just seen so many great big things for what you all are doing with everything that you do. So I am just happy to be able to be a part of that. Happy to be able.
Tell us how we can follow you in any projects you have coming forward, so we'll know.
Well, like I said, I'm looking for some co-authors. So if anybody's interested in joining us, please send an email to I Am Enough Talk Show. And anything related to wanting to get in touch with me, I would say just send me an email. My website is www.iamenough365.com. But if you want to book a session, just send an email. We have everything available. I'm on all social media platforms. You can either find me through the I Am Enough Talk Show or Wanda D. Hollis. You can find it there. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever. I'm just everywhere. Just trying to dominate the space and bring in as much positive content as I can. So if you want to get in touch with me, very simple. Look for me, Wanda D. Hollis, or I Am Enough, or Wake Up Winning. You'll find me.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. What a powerful show. And as always, we'll say to our listeners and our viewers, thank you for joining us. We will be here at the same time next week and the same place. We love you, Raheem, our station manager. Thank you for all the support that you constantly give us and believing in us. And we are enough.
We are enough.
Enough.
Thank you.